I take care of many male-male couples. And one of the most common observations I have made is just how overwhelming and confused they are. Understandably, because there are a lot of moving parts. So for anybody who's looking to do treatment with an egg donor and a surrogate, simplify the process into 3 parts. So part 1 is testing in the either male-male, so in both of the males if they're contributing sperm. And that includes tests for sperm test and blood tests for infectious diseases. Okay, that's simple. And you do that wherever you live. Once that's done, we need to somehow get that sperm to our office. We would really encourage them, come to San Diego, come look at our clinic, come meet us in person, and come see who your first babysitters, right, for your babies are going to be, because it's our IVF lab. In addition, we do DNA testing. The DNA testing, it has to be a kit that we sent, but it has to be of the same company and same panel as that of the egg source. In addition, the sperm source also needs psychological assessment. Everybody involved in this needs psychological assessment, including the egg donor and the surrogate. So that's part 1. It's very, very simple. Part 2 is finding an egg donor whose eggs we then will use to fertilize with the sperm and create embryos to freeze. So San Diego Fertility Center has its own egg donors. The website is eggdonors.com. But you are not obligated to use our donors. So we partner with so many private egg donor agencies, which are excellent, to help you find that perfect donor. So once your donor has completed all her testing, all her DNA mutations and her psychological assessment, etc., and all legal contracts are signed, then we rock and roll. So your donor uses medicine. They are not pills. They are needles, 1 centimeter short. She self-injects in the fat layer of her abdomen every day for 9 to 12 days. During that time, she needs vaginal ultrasound and blood tests about 4 or 5 times. So that's a lot. But every time she gets her ultrasound or her blood test, we communicate with you, the intended parent, just to give you an update of what's going on. After the 9 to 12 days, she should be ready for the harvest. The harvest is not done at a hospital. It's done here in our office. The eggs are retrieved through the vagina, and it takes about 30 minutes max. It's very fast. That same day, we defrost the sperm. The eggs are divided, they are fertilized with their respective sperm, and the resultant embryos are grown separately so that we know whose embryos belong to whom. So we culture for 5 to 6 days in the lab. Not every embryo will survive, but what survives is the fittest of the fittest. And then we freeze. Now, before we freeze, you have the choice of requesting pre-implantation genetic testing, PGT, which is a biopsy of the embryos where we can then know the number of chromosomes and the sex of each embryo for the transfer. Part 3. Part 3 is the hardest part because this is finding a surrogate. And at present, there is a scarcity of surrogates, so there is a few months wait. The surrogate profile will be reviewed by you. We will review all her past pregnancy history. The surrogate will then come to our office for in-person evaluation. And so if they keep this organized, parts 1, parts 2, parts 3, it really makes this process less overwhelming, less confusing, and just a lot more of a positive and enjoyable experience.
Regardless of your situation, our nationally recognized infertility specialists will work with you to develop a personalized fertility treatment plan. Give us a call. We create miracles every day.